Hi, I'm going to be giving a presentation on some of the problems going on with the New Mexico school system and then detailing some of the ways to fix those problems. We will go over what the problems are and then go over some of the ways that I think would be best to fix those things and go over the costs of all of these fixes. So to start off with the problems, just to start off, the New Mexico school systems are completely in a state of disarray. There's 16% of the schools are currently failing, and that number of schools is on the rise, which is a unacceptable amount of schools receiving an F on the school grading. And Albuquerque schools are the worst of that number, with 34% of those receiving such a failing grade. And that is completely unacceptable, especially for an entire city to be receiving such a high ratio of failing grades. New Mexico literacy is at 46%. That means that 54% of people don't even know how to read. Here's a quote from a local mother of a Albuquerque high school student, and it just describes and shows what the problem is that it's really the teachers. The teachers are not invested in their students' lives. They don't care. They're not motivated by anything except how many children in their class. They don't care about how much their kids learn or even if they're learning at all for that matter. And that is something that needs to change. I will now go over some of the things that will help facilitate that change. The key to the better schooling is not going to be more money into the schools, but actually starting off by actually using less money, at least in terms of the teachers. I think the teachers should be paid all a base salary, of course, dependent on what grade they are teaching and whether they are in, of course, elementary, middle school, or high school level. And that salary should increase not based on how many students are each class, but based on the teacher's experience and also on the performance of the students that the teacher is in charge of for their respective subjects. By giving teachers a base salary that is even all across the board, the salary then raising will be very much dependent on how much time the teachers put into their students and how much they actually care about the students' learning. A great thing to encourage too for the teachers would be to spend more time with their students outside of class. Go to the football games, go to the soccer games, do activities with your students, things like that, and get to know them better, to know how to better teach them, and to encourage them to want to learn and to be able to perform well in class. I will now outline what this means for you, the New Mexico Board of Education. As far as cost though, this would be no cost to start. You would start by actually trimming the teacher salaries to fit this standard according to experience, not the attendance of the classes. Of course, teachers who are already teaching there would be some fluctuation as to the salaries, but everything would be even across the board as far as experience. And of course, that extra saved money from all those trimmed salaries could be put into different extracurricular activities for the teachers and ways to help the teachers, possibly workshops to help them improve their teaching, things like that, and to better kickstart them into this new form of salaries. As far as the benefits, the teachers are going to start to improve their teaching. They're going to care more about the students and about how they are learning. They're going to want to put time and stuff into their students because they care about what the students themselves are doing. So the performance is going to rise as well as the attendance. With school, as the performance of students are rising, more people are going to hear, hey, that school's really doing well. The teachers care about their students, and they're going to want to enroll their kids there, which is going to help the school to grow and give the school the resources needed to build bigger programs and take better care of their employees. The average New Mexico teacher currently makes approximately $52,000 a year. A great way to start would be to reduce that mean salary or the entry-level salary to $40,000 a year, which would be a $12,000 decrease. It's a pretty large cut, of course, but that would be accompanied with a yearly salary increase of anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 for every first 10 years of teaching. So that first 10 years is really where you make a big impact. You show what kind of teacher you are. If you're doing well and your students are performing well, you would be getting that big $4,000 bonus. Whereas, if you're maybe not doing so well, you don't care so much about the students, it would be lower down the $2,000 range. Of course, that would mean that the best teachers could be making $80,000 a year after those 10 years. It's going to be a massive amount different from the $52,000 that the current average is, to having the best making $80,000. And that would be a very big incentive for teachers to go into that field, first of all, but then also to be striving to have better and better teaching, and to be doing better in the schools and just giving the schools more performance. And if the schools are operating so much better in that area, the money is going to be there to pay these teachers this much. In conclusion, the focus of teaching in the New Mexico public schools needs to be shifted from, how many students are in class, what number of people, all just numbers and logistics. It needs to be changed to how well are the students receiving the teaching? How much are they learning? How are they doing in performance? What do they think about school? And this needs to be accomplished by just shifting things around that are already in place. It doesn't need, some new school building. It doesn't need a ton of new employees or different activities, just small things, small incentives to have the teachers we already have, to make them better, to make them do better at their jobs. And by making better teachers, we can teach our kids more effectively and better equip the future generation of New Mexicans for success. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was enlightening, and I hope that it will greatly influence your decisions on how to better change the New Mexico school systems, now to make them better and improve them, and to up those failing grades to hopefully A-level grades. Thank you for watching.